everyone, it's Joanna from Nesting Story, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that I decided to do differently with our twins lately. Also, I'm checking out my new hair. I just got it colored yesterday. Went ashier. Still got a little like that grayish purpley tinge from the toner, but I'm digging it. I needed a change and I'm excited about it. Yeah, I wanted to kind of do like a one take thing with you guys because I made this decision this week to do something different with our twins. We have been having quite a challenge with Everly. So if you've been following for a while, our twins are 4 years old. So we have a 9-year-old son, Holden, and then we have Bo, who will be 8 in February. And then our twins, Mia and Everly, are 4. Their birthday's in July. And Mia and Everly could not be more different. Very different personalities, and they each, like every kid, comes with their own set of challenges. But we are finding, we were especially finding lately at dinner time, it was a real challenge. And something that I kind of had this like aha moment recently was Everly was not able to sit with us at dinner time. So let me back it up a bit. We have been doing a push to really have these like proper family meals, and a lot of days we would get our act together, the meal would be on the table, and Holden, Bo, and Mia would be at the table, sitting there, ready to go. And then Everly would just have this really big meltdown by that point, especially on the weekdays. We'd wait until 6 o'clock when Mike would get home, and Everly just couldn't seem to get to dinner. And she would melt down, and she'd throw temper tantrums, and she wouldn't eat anything, and we were allowing ourselves to get really, really frustrated. And then I was noticing things on the weekend, like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock would hit, and Everly would have these massive meltdowns. And if we were trying to do something, like we kind of couldn't do anything because she would melt down. And what I realized is all these meltdowns after school and everything like that, Everly is so different than the other kids. And I was trying to like lump her together with all of the kids. I was trying to hold off and give her the same amount of snacks and snacks at the same time. I was trying to have her hold off and sit down and eat dinner with all of us. And I wasn't really paying attention properly to maybe what could be going on with Everly. So our oldest child, Holden, I've talked about this before, he has auditory processing disorder, and he had like sensory issues as a kid and would be set off really easily and get agitated if he was hungry or overtired or overstimulated or in big groups of people. And I was realizing that Everly was having her own triggers. I don't think anything sensory-wise or any kind of auditory processing or anything like that is going on with Everly. We've been through that whole system with Holden, so I know it quite well. But I think she's more of a sensitive child, and I needed to pay more attention. I needed to pay more close attention to what Everly might need and how different it would need to be from the other kids. So Everly's quite tall. In fact, she's extremely tall for her age. So she's 4 years old and she's in almost a size 7 clothing. My husband, Mike, is 6'8", and Everly just completely takes after him. And Everly's got this little tiny twin, Mia. Everly eats way more than all the kids and eats bigger lunches at school. And I think trying to have her hold off from snack times and dinner time, wasn't working for her. I think she gets tired faster. And I think also, after talking to my husband Mike about this, I think a lot of it's personality too. I think that she is more of an introvert. She seems to need more alone time or just sensory deprivation time, which I actually also need a lot of too. That's very much like me, and Holden's like that too. Like I need to be able to go and have some quiet alone time throughout the day, chunks of it. I can't just kind of like go and roll with it all the time. I need to recharge. And I think she's just not ready to sit at the table with us for dinner. It was really becoming this massive stress and kind of causing fights, and Mike and I saying, well, it's dinner time and you need to sit down, and it was not working. So the other day I turned to Mike and I said, I want to totally change things up and let's just see if it works. And it's temporary, but I think she needs something different than all the other kids, and it's not going to be like this forever, but I think this is what we need to do right now. So what I've started to do is a few things. After school, I give her a big snack right away, and then she'll kind of do her thing for a bit. But then at around maybe 5 o'clock, she'll really start to fade, and I make her own dinner. I make sure, you know, it's got a vegetable and meat or whatever. It might be the night before's leftovers if that dinner's meal is not ready yet, and maybe an applesauce or something like that. And then I'll let her sit there, usually letting her watch her iPad, have her dinner. Then we go up, she has a nice bath. She loves baths lately. That seems to be the place that just like really calms her down and makes her happy. And then I put her to bed. I get her pajamas on and I put her to bed and let her read books or play quietly in her room. And then the rest of the family goes and has dinner after that, or when Mike gets home from work. So I'm not doing this to like single Everly out. She has been so much happier. And if she wants to come back down and sit with us, and we always invite her to, she can. But trying to force her to do something that just seemed to set her off was not working. And it was also not good for the rest of the family. Mia is a totally different personality than Everly, and in a lot of ways more mature, or just kind of more settled than Everly in a lot of ways. Now, there's other things that Mia is not as advanced with that Everly is ahead, and it's just because they're different people and they're going to mature at different rates and they have completely different personalities. But I didn't want to also deprive Mia of the opportunity, because she actually loves to sit at the table and eat and have conversation and participate. So doing this and giving Everly what she needs every night has been a game changer for the whole family. And it's something I'm still having to remind myself. So half the time I'll actually almost forget, and then, oh yes, Everly hasn't had her early dinner, and get her up to bed. But it's been a game changer. We are able to sit and focus more, because our biggest thing, I think, is our older kids to get into this routine mostly. Holden is 9 and Bo's almost 8, and doing things like table manners, cutting their own food, and creating independence with those two is our biggest goal. Having, you know, conversation at the dinner table and talking about our day. So it's been really good to be able to give those kids what they need as well. Something I'm also trying to remember on the weekends is to give Everly a set snack time at 9:30 or 10. We all wake up, the kids wake up around 7. And so 9:30 or 10, I try to like have like a really hearty snack for her, even if the other kids aren't ready, and just get ahead of it more. And that's also made a big difference. Also, this time of year, Everly has had colds, and she has narrow sinuses, and it's something we've had checked out. It's not rhinoids or anything like that, but it's something that when she gets a cold, she's miserable because she just gets extra congested. And so it's a hard time of year for her. And so I'm sharing this with you because I think that it's so easy as a parent to kind of like have your rules and stick with them. And then if your child can't fall into place, you have to be more strict, or, you know, like this is the rules. And I think that a lot of times we can struggle with maybe that one kid who is like the wobbly plate. And I would consider Everly maybe our wobbly plate, the one kid that's kind of struggling lately. It's good to kind of see what another family could be going through, and maybe this is something similar, and maybe your child's a totally different age than Everly, but you're seeing this type of thing and thinking, oh, you know, I need to switch up this routine for this one kid and really make it work for them, and help them feel that calm and get ahead of where these meltdowns could be coming from. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought that it was kind of unique, and it kind of went against the grain of what we had been doing for a long time, and it was kind of drastic, yet it's totally working. And it's also something we had to do a bit in the past with Holden. When he kind of couldn't handle certain situations, we would change the rules for him to make life work for him. And I had forgotten that somewhere along the way. And I'm really happy that we've found a routine and certain things that just settle Everly and make her happy and set her up properly for the next day at school. Anyways, let me know if you've ever experienced anything like this, or has this given you any parenting ideas? Do you have twins? Do you find that sometimes you can run into these situations where you're not realizing you're lumping them together, and that one might need some special attention or something totally different that the other one needs? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.